Hi everybody, this is Nat from Studio Hacks here, and today I'm going to show you 3 fantastic free sources for downloading free loops and samples, most of which are royalty free. A lot of them are Creative Commons, so you can use them in your recordings and tracks without any worry about copyright issues arising. Now I'm going to jump right in and show you my favorite source, which is freesound.org. Now, with Freesound.org, this is a very big site, and you can basically download anything. You can find anything from music to loops, samples. I also get a lot of field recordings and ambient sounds here. This is basically a website where anyone can join for free, anyone can upload, and the majority of the people who upload their sounds make them Creative Commons. So if we were, for example, looking for some samples that we could use, or maybe some trap based sort of hip hop, or anything really, I wrote tap, let's try trap. So it will just come up basically with the best match to your search, and the search is pretty good. Let's have a listen here. So these are some samples. So here's a bit of a build here. Now, I might point out that the preview here is quite lo-fi and very low quality. If you actually click on it, I'm going to hold down Command click so it opens that link in another window in Chrome. It's going to show you a few stats about that sound. It's saying it was downloaded 3,045 times. So sometimes that's good to know if you find something that's been downloaded only a few times. I tend to, when I use these kinds of samples, to chop them up, to edit them heavily rather, and then maybe just use one little section of them. I tend not to use anything that I've downloaded in its entirety. But the other great thing here is you notice it says Creative Commons. This work is licensed under the attribution license. So let's click on that, and it will tell you which license the uploader has chosen. Attribution 3.0 unported, which is you are free to share, copy, and redistribute the material on any medium and format. You can remix it and build upon it for any purpose, even commercially. So this is the legal side of things. And then if you want to get that sound, just click download here. People can also leave comments. It's always nice to leave a comment or leave a link to your track if you've used this in one of your tracks. I will often go in and say, hi, nice upload, and give them a link to my final track. Now let's have a listen to the high quality version of that. So that's a nice high quality. You can see here it gives you the specifications, 44.1, 16-bit. And if you want to make sure that you're getting all of the Creative Commons, you can narrow the search under licenses to Creative Commons. So if I wanted to just get some ambience, anything I want really, let's try farm ambience. A lot of people have really high quality field recorders. I'm going to click Creative Commons only and WAV files only. So let's have a listen to this one. Sounds beautiful. So if you wanted to use some farm ambience, this is Creative Commons, completely free to use. I'm going to download this. It's been downloaded 108 times, and let's let that download in the background. We'll come back to that. The next site that I would like to show you is called Looperman.com. Now, with freesound.org, you have this huge library of anything conceivable. You can just type in so much. There's a massive library. Looperman is slightly more geared towards actual musical loops, samples. And so we're saying here that it says here rather that there's 138,000 or so free audio loops and samples. And you will need an account to sign up, and it's totally free, no strings attached. And this one has a bit more of a slightly different way of searching. I know a lot of people who have used some Looperman loops in their tracks, and I'm not going to go into this one as heavily as freesound.org. I don't use this as much, but if I want to search for, say, a jazz loop, and I want it to, let's have the tempo from 80 beats per minute. I want it to be maybe only 80 beats per minute. Let's have a look, see what we can find. So here's something that's 80 beats per minute. Well, they say it is. Let's have a quick listen. All right, so let's test and see if this is actually 80 beats per minute. So I'm going to download this. Now, this video isn't exclusively for GarageBand users. You can use these loops and samples in any digital audio workstation that you desire. Okay, so I'm going to fire up Ableton Live real quick. And let's see whether this is truly 80 beats per minute. I'm going to drag this into a track here. I'm going to turn warp off and set the track to 80 beats per minute and pop on the metronome. There you go, 80 beats per minute, bang on, perfect. Okay, so that was indeed 80 beats per minute, which is fantastic. And Looperman is one that I have used not as much, but I'm going to explore this a little bit more over the next few weeks while I'm doing some more producing towards the end of this year, see what I can dig up. Now, let's have a look at the third source, which was recommended to me by a blog that I read fairly regularly, Music Radar. And the Music Radar are a bit more of a commercial company. You can see there's a lot of advertising on their site, whereas Looperman and Freesoundorg are more non-for-profit. I think this is more of a business, but they do offer free downloads. And I haven't used the Music Radar downloads, but I'm keen to try some out. So let's have a look at what we've got here. So we've got quite a large library. I'll leave a link to this in the description as well. Let's see something that's more recent, Urban Space Samples. And okay, so this is, you can preview them. So they've got a SoundCloud link. I'm going to download these and have a quick listen to what they're offering. So I'll just pause this video while that's downloading, and I'll join back with you in just a moment. Okay, that has finished downloading, so let's have a look at what we've got. Got a zip file here, and we've got a bunch of WAV files. So it sounds like some ambient urban spaces, traffic, walking. These are great to use in the background of your tracks, like urban grooves or hip hop or anything like that, to add a bit of extra ambience in the back and to create a bit of a soundtrack, do some sound design. So if I wanted to import that into GarageBand, let's open up GarageBand. Video recently on how to import audio into GarageBand. So here's a session that I had going here. So you can just watch that video. But here's this is a bit of a hip hop tune that I was sort of working on. And let me show you how to import that really simply and easily into GarageBand. So I'm just going to use this audio track here, or I can create a brand new audio track like that. And then I'm just going to drag the loop in from the Finder straight into my session there. Let's pick a good one. That'll do. And then I can loop that for my whole song and then turn that down. Let's have a listen now to a little bit of that track with that ambience in it. So you can see that adds an extra dimension to your tracks there. Now, the last thing I wanted to cover is a website that I use quite a lot. It is not a free source, but it is the best source of loops and samples, especially for modern sounding genres of electronic music, pop, hip hop, chill wave, synth wave. There is some amazing packs here on Splice.com. I'm a huge Splice.com fan, and you can rent plugins such as Serum, which is an amazing synthesizer, wavetable synth. I have that one. You can rent digital audio workstations, so instead of paying for it at once, you can just rent it on monthly. Now, this is a subscription service where you basically pay some money per month, and I don't currently have a subscription. I tend to activate my subscription when I'm going to be doing a lot of producing. So but basically, yeah, you subscribe and you can see it's relatively cheap, and you get 100 credits, so that's 100 samples per month. And then you get a separate little app here, and this is all the downloads. Once you've searched through, and these are all the samples that I have downloaded from Splice.com. And then you can search via drum samples, and or I can find any loops, effects, percussion, synths, bass, vocal samples. So it's really great, and you can just search for your own library that you've got here. There's a finger snap. So these are all high quality. These are the thing with Freesoundorg and Looperman is the quality control isn't amazing because all of the users upload their own sounds, whereas something like Splice.com, these are vetted heavily through companies, and so these are really high quality sample packs on Splice.com. So I will leave a link in the description for you to get a discount on Splice.com, and that will be, a full disclosure, that will be my affiliate link for them. I don't really get paid. I just get extra credits for downloads if people sign up via my link. So if you want to support the channel, feel free to do that, or just go straight to Splice.com if that's not your cup of tea. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like the content I've been producing, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to learn how to use Garageband and to produce release-ready music, check out my Garageband course, which I will also leave in the pinned comment of this video. And we will see you in the next video. Thanks.